Hi everyone, it's Tammy, and today I am going to do 3 cards with you. I've gotten them stamped and I guess maybe mostly done, but I still need to put them together, and I thought it would be really fun to do that together. And instead of just doing one, I'm going to do all 3 of these. I think they are all super cute, and they are from Blossoms and Bloom, which is a Stampin' Up kit. And for these, I only used the stamp. Now, I've done a video before where I used some of the dies. So this time I am just using the stamps, and I think that you guys will see how easy this is to use. It's so great. It's just, I mean, this, once you stamp it, it almost does the work itself. It's that easy to use. So I have 3 cards. I put thinking of you on this one, sure do miss you on this one, and I like you a lot on this one, which I think is a fun sentiment. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's do this one first, and then I'll do this one, and then this one, I think. And let's see here. So for this one, I just used a yellow base. And then on the inside, I did a little bit of stamping down here on the bottom. I think it's just real happy with this yellow base. And then I used like a bright blue turquoisey color as a background. And then I stamped everything in a peach color, which I thought was going to be a little closer to this yellow, but it just wasn't. But I think it still looks just great, so I'm good with it. And then I used a bluish color, kind of a turquoisey color, to stamp the little flowers in the insides. And then I used a green to do the leaves. And I think, just so if anybody is wondering what colors I have Stampin' Up colors, and I used Peekaboo Peach, Island Indigo, and oh, what's that one called? Pear Pizzazz. So those are the colors that I used to do this. And then I also stamped a little bit on my envelope just to make it complete. I think all 3 of these I stamped a little bit on the envelope, I think. So let's see. I went ahead and did most of my stamping, I think maybe all of my stamping. So I have my little flowers down here on the bottom. And then I just have an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that I cut in half to make it 8.5 by 5.25. No, sorry, that's wrong. 8.5 by 5.5. I scored it in the middle at 4.25, and that makes an A2 sized card. And you can make these go this way or this way, whichever you prefer. You know, open however you want. And then I have a piece of this turquoise color, and it is cut 1/4 inch smaller. So this is cut by 4 by 5.25, and that I'm just going to stick right on the front. And I am using some art glitter glue. So I'm just going to center it right on the front of the card. Maybe I will make this one go the other way yeah, I think I can do that. I think I can. We'll see if I can get this. Yeah, I can do that. Okay. Let's go ahead and put that inside in. So here's the inside. You could have totally write on this if you wanted to, but I kind of like to layer it. I also like that it limits the area that you have to write, because I don't usually have a ton to say. I don't know. I love sending cards, but I'm not big on, well, it depends, but I'm not always big on writing letters. So this is also cut at 4 by 5.25, and I just did a little stamping in the corner. Oh, I'm leaving it like this. And then I'm just going to decide how I want this one. I want it like this, I think. And I am just going to then attach this to the card front. Now, what I did with this when I stamped it was I let the stamp hang off the edge so that it got a little bit off. So it was, I mean, this orange or yellow or whatever color, peach color, I guess, is all one stamp. So I let it hang off just a little bit right here. But I mean, I think it's turned out really cute. And then I took my green leaves and put those around. So this is the big stamp, and then I used both of these. Nope, I didn't. I used this leaf and the little leaf, and then I used the inside thing, and then I used one of these two flowers. I don't even know which one I used. Oh, I think this one. I could figure it out if I really wanted to, but it's really not a big deal. They're both just small flowers that I used. And then I'm going to just put I Like You a Lot wherever. I think I'll put it down there. And that one's done already. Isn't that cute? I think it's really cute, and I think that anybody would be happy to get it. So there is the first card. And let's see, we'll do this one next, which says, Sure Do Miss You. And I put some little diamonds on here, which I love. I got these on Amazon, and they are so wonderful. It's these, and there's two different kinds. There's just like regular sparkly diamonds, and then these ones that kind of give a different hue. I think they call them AB. And then I believe it came with a set of two. So then these has the colored ones too. I use them all. I love them all. I don't use them as much as I should. I know that there's a part of me that hoards them. So for this one, I have kind of the same color peach, but I did use a more peach colored background, and then I used navy blue because I think peach and navy blue look really great together. And then I did the envelope as well. So let me show you. Oh, and then the inside. So I went ahead and stamped the envelope, and this is just the larger flower stamp that I stamped 3 times. I stamped the yellow on the inside, and that yellow that I used was crushed curry. And then I used, I believe I used Old Olive on this one. So that's what the green is. And then it's still the Peekaboo Peach, I believe. Actually, it's not, is it? It's probably the Coral. Maybe the Calypso Coral. I have Peekaboo Peach, Pumpkin Pie, and Calypso Coral. So it was one of those 3. I don't remember which one, I'm sorry. And then I also embossed this with some silver pearl embossing powder, and then it was just a rectangle, and then I clipped the corners with my punch so it made it look like a little ticket. I think it's cute. And then I did the same thing with the layering. I have an A2 sized card. I have a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of layer, and then this layer is 5 by 3 3/4. So let's go ahead and put this one together, and then I also stamped the inside of this card. So I know this isn't like a technique card to show you how I stamped and all of that, but hopefully it's showing you some ideas of what you can do with your cards. And you can picture this with other designs too. It wouldn't have to be the same set if you don't have this set, but I'm not a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, but I do love this stamp set. They have a really good selection, in my opinion, of like these, I call them two-step-in stamps. I think that's what they call them, but I'm not sure if this actually qualifies for that, but to me it does, because it's just super easy to make something really cute. You just stamp, and then you have just one thing to stamp again, and you're done. I mean, it's that simple. It's a Saturday morning when I'm recording, and the dogs are sleeping. It's starting to feel like fall. I don't know when I'm going to post this, but right now it's starting to feel like fall, and I'm getting ready to go to Hobby Lobby after I'm done doing my videos, and then I'm going to get some things for Katie's bridal shower. It's going to be a good day. So then I took some pop dots and I put it on top of the ticket. Hope that you guys are having a good Saturday too. Oops, I don't want it crooked. I want it straight, but let me throw those away. Sometimes I like crooked, but on this one I want straight. All right, and then I'm just going to take my, I think I'm going to get a couple sizes, and I'm going to just stick these randomly, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I might need one more up here. I like to do odd numbers, so maybe I'll do 2 more. How about that? All right, so then now I know how many I have, so I have 9 that I need to use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That way I can tell, I know how many I need to put on there. And this little tool is kind of cool. This is like a wax little picker-upper. And then this side you can use to kind of push them down to make sure that they're stuck on there. Or move them into place if they're not quite where they need to be. And this came with all of this, so fabulous. And then the envelope to go with. Isn't that adorable? I love it. So there's that one. And then we just have one more. And this one is really cute too. It says, thinking of you. And then you open it up and there's some cute little flower. And the envelope has a flower as well. And on this one I used Tip Top Taupe as the color for the leaves. And for the flowers I used Cherry Cobbler for the really dark. I used, no I didn't, I used Rose Red for the darker. And then I used Blushing Bride and Pink Passion. So I used those 3 colors. Rose Red, Blushing Bride, Pink Passion. I used Cherry Cobbler on another card that I will show you guys on another day. But it's really cute. So oh, I didn't stamp everything, so I'm going to have to do a little stamping on this one. How about that? So we'll get started with that too. And then I used Blushing Bride cardstock, or a light pink cardstock for the base. And let's see, what did I stamp? Let's make sure I have, oh, I haven't stamped the card yet, so I do have some stamping to do. This envelope is done. I'm going to put that over there. This is done. I'm going to put that over there. So then I have my A2 sized card. I'm glad I saved this one for last. And then I have my inside, which is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then I do have my little flowers cut out. Now these I did have to fussy cut because they didn't have one that I liked for the die cut. They do have die cut flowers like this, but not just the whole flower. It has a little more detail in it, so I went ahead and cut those out myself. And then I used a punch to cut this little cloud kind of element, and then I just stamped in I think that's the rose red, Thinking of You. And then, so this is what it looks like when you first stamp it, and clearly it's off the page on both sides. And so to do this, I would highly recommend, if you have a MISTI, to use that, which is what I used to stamp these, because it just makes it a lot easier. You can still do it if you don't have one, but it's a lot easier if you do. And this one, I kind of wanted things to be coming over from the side, and I also used a little bit of twine. I don't think I cut that out yet. I better get some twine. Where did I put that? Here it is. So I am going to need some twine for this too. I'm just going to go ahead and cut a piece so that I'll have it. All right, so let me get out my rose red. And then on the inside I used, well, I used lots of things on the inside, so I'll just get out what I need as I need it. So I'm going to take my stamp set out, and let's see, I'm going to take the little inside piece element with the little dots. I'm going to stamp those first in each one of these. And one thing also that I love about this is that there's really no wrong way to do it. I don't have to hold these in a particular manner to get them to stick in there correctly. I can do whatever I feel like I want to do to make it look the way I want it to look, you know, which I think is nice. So there's that. And then I want to also do some stamping of the little flowers, so I'm going to get out my Blushing Bride. And I'm just going to take one of the flower stamps and just stamp all around wherever I feel like I want to add. And on this particular card, I kind of want it to, like I said, kind of go like this. So I want it to be wider over here and then kind of get smaller as I go toward the end. So that's kind of what I'm trying to keep track of. So I think that's good. And then I'm going to put one of these flowers on the inside of the card. Or did I do two? I might have done two. Nope, I just did one. But I might do two on this one anyway. And then I'm just using a baby wipe to clean these right now. So I think that's all I need of that one. And then I'm going to use my rose red again to stamp the insides of these. I think that looks cute. And then I'm also going to use my rose red, and I'm going to take one of these smaller flowers in the kit. So just one of these. Oops, I didn't stamp that one very well. Just like that. And now I'm going to get my Tip Top taupe out and do some leaves. I guess I could do a little flower on the inside here. Oh, and I haven't done the envelope yet either. You know what? I'm going to do little flowers on the envelope. taupe. I will get that out and use the small leaf for some, and then I'm going to use the bigger leaf for some too. But the small leaf I'm going to put out here in the on the envelope. Like that. And then I'm also going to put some of the small leaf on here. Like that. And then I will take my small leaf and do and then I'm going to get my bigger leaf and kind of just do that randomly too. So it's just fun. I think this kind of stamping is fun. There's no right or wrong. There's no precision. You don't have to be timid. Just go for it. Just go for it. There we go. I think that looks good. I think I'm good with all of them. So now I'm going to erase this, going to clean this, and then get off all of the mess from my glass topper. Put that away. Put the leaf away. Looking for the container. It's right here. The container, the holder. Sorry, I heard a bump. I didn't know if it was somebody outside or dropping off a huge present for me. I think it was one of the dogs upstairs, but I'm not sure. And they shouldn't be upstairs by themselves yet, so I don't know what that's about either. I'll have to double check on that. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was one of the cats upstairs. I bet that's what it was now that I think about it. Because we still use a baby gate to keep the pups from going upstairs when we're not home or when we're not up there. And I'm sure that's up, so I had to be one of the cats. So just going to put that right on the inside. Cute, cute, cute. And then before I put this down, which I love, I'm going to put this over it, but I want it to kind of stick off the end, and I know that I want to get some of this cut off, so I'm just going to look at it, eyeball it, where I think I might want it. I think I want it like down here. Like that. And then before I put it down, I want to tie that twine around, but to do that I needed to poke a little hole, so I'm just using my little pokey tool, and I'm just poking a little hole wherever I feel like I want it on the side of this, like that. And then I'm going to bring my twine in through this hole. Because I need to be careful. I don't want to put it like this. I don't want to cover up the words. I want it to go this way so that it'll go underneath it like that and then tie over here. So that's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to go ahead and put some pop dots on the Thinking of You, and I'm going to make sure that I put them on either side of the middle where the twine is going to be, because I don't want it to be over the twine or under the twine. Either way, I don't want that. want it to be close to the edge. These pop dots are crazy. Okay, there we go. That's pretty good. So let me go ahead and take these papers off. Goodness. Okay, so I'm going to put this down first. I'm just lining it up to the edge. There we go. And then now the twine, it should move. Like if I wanted to pull it, you can see I can pull it if I need to. And then I'm just going to bring it over. I want it to be over here on the, thinking of you, the bow. So I'm going to tie it in a little knot first. And then I'll tie it in a little bow. Just making sure the bow is the size that I want it. And sometimes on this twine, I will take glue and just put it in the middle of the knot just to make sure that it stays, because the glue will dry clear. So I'll just take some glue and just put it right here in the middle of the knot and let it dry so that it will make sure that it stays. So that's kind of what I do. And then once I have that, I can put this on. Really is an easy card, and I think you get a lot of bang for your buck because I think it's really cute. And then since I have a raised element and since I have some glue on there, I probably should have waited to put the glue on there. Well, I was going to turn it upside down and do it on my glass. I still will. But that glue is going to stick to my glass. But that's okay. There we go. And then if you want to add a few little elements with your flowers, what I like to do, since it's going to be on a raised element here, I'm going to put a pop dot on one side of the flower, and that side of the flower is going to go off of the raised element, and then I'm going to glue it to the raised element so that it is all one height. Hopefully that makes sense. So here, I'll show you. I have a pop dot on this side. I'm going to put glue on this side. And then I'm going to put the pop dot down off of the element and then the glue on the element. So now the pop dot or the element and the flower are the same level. Then I'm going to do that same thing up here at the top with a couple different flowers. I'm not sure who I'll send this to, but I'm kind of thinking of my aunt and my bestie. I am blessed in the bestie world. I have a couple, and they are both, well, all of them, not even both, are wonderful. I have Linda and Tracy and Lisa, and Katie. And then I have some sweet friends, including you guys, who are just great to have as part of my world. It's amazing. And I didn't meet most of these friends until I was older, so I'm just not big on letting people in too much. Linda I have had for the longest. And then I have some other really great friends that I have had since I was a child. So now I'm just going to take my glue and add just a little bit of sparkle to this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think I'll just use one size. Have I mentioned how much I love these? There we go. So that's that. And the matching envelope. And when you open it up, super cute. Yay! And then there's a leftover flower to use for something else. And what I do with these is I just store them in here so that when I need it for something else, look, there was an extra already. That's that. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope that this gave you some inspiration. I hope that you try something new, and I hope you get some crafting done. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.